Alrighty, so I'm out here at this abandoned golf course and I want to test the V2 goggles with the Avata because these should work. I just went ahead and updated the firmware. So I'm going to test it out here at this abandoned country club and just see if there's any difference in overall penetration or video quality. I suspect there shouldn't be too much of a difference, but we'll see. Let's get started. Oh, I never turned the RC on. Alright, so we'll see what happens here. So I'm going to try to start recording too on this. Flying in manual, horizon steady, pretty simple. Alright, 10 degrees tilt. Let me go ahead and give myself a little sync. Alright, so I got some sync at least. Let's go. So we're going to start by going off onto the side here. I will tell you that straight out of the gate, I really do prefer the other goggles screens. And I flew here before and I wasn't getting any like sort of breakup or anything, but so far no breakup. Let's go ahead and go down on this trail. Now there is a building between us now, and I do see I'm starting to lose an HD bar. We're at 45 megabits, 40, so I'm gonna keep watching that, 39. And I'm down to 2 bars of HD quality. Oh, now it's back. So we're at about 700 feet, so actually a little further than we were yesterday. Oh, this is impressive. Now keep in mind too, when we're doing this, we're really low to the ground. Like this is not a range test where we're super high, like we're low. All right, now I'm starting to get some pixelation. I'm gonna turn it around. We did about 1,100 feet, like at about like, we were like at the max height. We were like really like 3.5, 4 feet above the ground here. So, and there's a hill between here as well. So that is pretty impressive if you ask me. So far we're 2 minutes into this flight and the only difference really is the screen. Like the clarity is not as good as the new goggles. Let's try to go through here, see if there's any difference in quality, and not really a lot of difference. I can still, oh, there's some scraggle. I can still make out details in the trees here. So for the most part, yeah, you can still see all the details. I really don't see any big difference there. So we'll go through here. Let's come back around and let's see. What's another good obstacle we can go? Let's go over this way. We're just cruising along this abandoned golf course here. It seems like that's all there is, abandoned golf courses here in this town. So we'll go this way. Staying pretty low. Megabits are staying above 40 for the most part. There's a few drops in here and there, but for the most part it's staying above 40. And again, I'm low. I'm like super low. Like this says I'm negative 14 feet, but that's not correct. Now I'm starting to get a little pixelation here and I'm starting to lose HD quality. I'm down to 2 bars. I'm at 10 megabits per second. So let me see. Let me rise up here. Tilt my head up. Let's do a little tree surfing. So you can see like we were really low. Like we were super low and we were pretty far. I'd say, you know, 1,200, 1,400 feet is pretty good when you're that low. I mean, even here I'm super low coming back to us. I I gotta say, I'm impressed. This new transmission, and even with these V2 goggles, I mean, I don't think you're gonna miss much. I think these are doing really well. Latency wise, I feel like the latency is about the same. I don't think you'll really notice a big difference between this and the new goggles too. So if you were thinking like you're really missing out, I don't think you are. A little scraggle. So there's really not a lot you're missing between these and the oh, almost ate it. Let me go through here. There's this little tunnel here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Where did that come from? That's new. I've flown here before and there was never a tunnel there, or never a gate there. That would have been bad. So I'm at 67%. I'm impressed. I would say, like, if you already own the V2 goggles, I would say just use the V2 goggles. I mean, I don't think there is really much of a difference between the two, like, other than the screens are just way more vibrant and a lot more detailed on the new version 2s. I think that's really your only upside, is that OLED display is super, super detailed. But beyond that, I don't think like you really have to buy the V2 goggles. I mean, this is doing just fine. Like, you can see I'm just going again straight at that path. I'm super, super low to the ground, and we're able to get a fair amount of distance. So I'm getting some pixelation. Maybe it's going to show up in the DVR, I'm not really sure. But 2 bars of HD, 23 megabits, 20 megabits. We're at about 1,100 feet. Again, we're super, super freaking low. So we'll go up a little higher. So now we're up high, 18 megabits, and you can see we're way out here. Like, we're far. This is 1,200 feet. And we're doing pretty good, I would say. So I'm gonna say that these are fine. Like, I don't really notice a difference. There's not any more enhanced range with the new goggles. It's just that smoothness and HD quality that you're really after. So let's go ahead and bring this back in. All right, we're gonna bring this in and round out my thoughts. Alrighty, so in conclusion, I would say that if you were on the fence about buying the new goggles and you really didn't have the cash and you didn't want to fork up that extra money, I would say you don't have to, because this works perfectly fine with the V2 goggles. I'm gonna feel these motors though. They did get a little warmer for some reason on that flight. That was weird. Actually got a little warmer on this flight than they have in the past. That's sort of interesting. Not sure, maybe that was because I did take it up a lot higher and then coming down to try to stop it. I'm not really sure, but this is definitely a little bit warmer for some reason. But yeah, overall I would say the V2 goggles work perfectly fine. So if you already have this and you have this RC from the FPV drone, just pick up the Avata and I think you would be perfectly fine. However, like I said, the screen quality is a lot better on the new version 2 goggles, so keep that in mind. All right, that's gonna do it for this video. If you found it useful or helpful, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video. Stay original.
I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message on me, ain't no flexing on me, my attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check. I want the money, the power, respect, and I